You're on.
Okay. This is Likutey Moharan, Torah Samechet. Kol nefeshot te'avim u'mitavim l'mamon. All souls desire and hunger for money. V'lo l'mamon bilvad mitavim ohavim oto. Not just do you love and you hunger after money, ela afilu l'adam sheyesh lo mamon. You also love and desire the people who have the money. You people. So low. Derech b'nei Adam. This is the way of men. Everybody's like this. Limshoch elav le'ahov oto. It is common for people to be drawn to this person who has money. Mechamat sheyesh lo mamon. Why? Because he's got money. So really, Rav Nachman seems to be saying that everybody to some degree is a gold digger. Everybody loves money, and everybody loves people who have money. Like we see in life. Like it says, like Shlomo Melech says, a poor person has no friends. Right? You ever see the homeless guy? You never see his crew with him. He doesn't have a crew. But the wealthy guy, he always has many friends. That's your superficial reason why. But the real reason is because he has no money for you. And he's only asking you for money. So you're going to see why in a second why that is, okay? What's the reason that we love money? What's the real reason? What's the real reason? Oh, Levi, it's good you came tonight. What's the reason, Levi? Why do we lust after the beauty of a woman?
Hashem is the source of beauty.
Okay.
Drawn to a woman because it draws itself.
That's exactly the answer. The exact answer is something that the Baal Shem Tov teaches, another very important concept that he mechadish. It's called sublimation. They talk about this in psychology. They don't talk about this in Torah. Sublimation is when you take something and you elevate it from its lower state to a higher transcendent state. So what does he use it for? Levi is referring to when you see a beautiful woman, the Baal Shem Tov says, instead of trying to resist your desire for her beauty, which you really can't, he says, think to yourself about when she's going to be old and brittle and wrinkly. You're like, why? That's gross. Wait. Think about her in 100 years, okay? And how she's going to be buried and covered in worms in the grave. And then you should realize that you're not attracted to her, because then it would be consistent. You're attracted to her beauty. Now that she doesn't have beauty because she's old, you're not attracted to her anymore. So you're not attracted to her, you're attracted to her beauty. So if I'm attracted to beauty, I want beauty, so what's the source of that beauty? It's Hashem. So what I really want is to connect to and to draw close to beauty at its source, which is Hashem's beauty. And by doing that, you demystify your whole connection to that woman, and you actually are able to draw after its source, which is holier than if you never saw the girl in the first place, which is really the whole reason why we go through these things. Why do we lust after certain things? The Baal Shem Tov says because the source of the thing that we lust after is God. So by recognizing that it's the source, we're able to actually use that to propel us to a higher place. But it's only based on first knowing the source. So he says here that the source of money is the same exact place that the Jewish soul derives from. And because our soul comes from a very high place, and this money comes from the same place, so too we lust after it. Why? Because the Baal Shem Tov teaches that everybody wants to go back to their source. So the whole reason we love money and we're constantly running after it, and people are backstabbing each other for it, and they're going to jail for it, and living their whole life for money, even though it's just a piece of paper, it doesn't make any sense, right? You wouldn't give up everything for this. How is this any different than money?
This doesn't pay for it.
Right, seemingly. But if this started to pay for things and money didn't, you wouldn't care about money, you care about this. So the concept of money is what you're drawn after. And why is that? It's because the same place as your soul is rooted from. And everybody wants to go home. Right? Not just Rihanna. What was that song? That New York song that they used to play when Carmelo used to come out? I forget what that song was. Okay. Something about home. Home. Okay. The souls of man derives from a place. We're going to see what that place is in a second. And the source of money, not physical money, but the source for the concept of money is coming from that same place. Okay, one second. But what happens? Shamamon ba umishtalshel umitaveh misham. But the source, then the shefa comes from that source, and it devolves. Right? Evolving is to go up. Devolving is to come down. So it's going down from its high place, and the lower it goes from its source, the more physical it becomes, until by the time it gets to this world, it manifests in the form of money. You with me? So like let's say you had goggles that you could see it at a higher place. So you would see that the money is just light. And then if you had like deeper goggles, then you wouldn't see like anything. And then deeper than that, you'd see like God, like, you know. Google goggles. They're coming out soon. Okay. So money's origin, it's undoubtedly an aspect of Kedusha and a source of very, very high spiritual influx, which is the real reason why we want it. And afterwards, nikashem lamata. It comes down below and it becomes physical, it becomes tangible, it becomes corporal. Kederech shehishtalshul, and this is the same way that everything becomes physical. It starts at its spiritual source, it devolves like us, our souls come down into this world, right? Our soul comes from Eretz Yisrael, so to speak, and it devolves into Mitzrayim, right? And in that place, we come down to this physical world, which is called Mitzrayim, and now we're physical. And we all want to go back home, meaning to the source of our souls, which is called the land of Israel.
It's funny.
Wait. Thus, the reason the soul desires that money is because the soul and the money come from the same place, and everybody wants to go home. Everybody with me so far? Okay. So now we're going to get into what is this source. Okay. So like this. You have 10 different you guys can't see that, right?
No.
Is that the spine?
Okay. So we have 5 spiritual worlds, and then we have our physical world. Our soul is rooted in the highest spiritual world, called Adam Kadmon. Okay. Now this high spiritual world is the same place that money comes from, the source of money. Yeah, Adam Kadmon. Now in this place, what's another name for this place? Ayin.
Nothing.
Nothing. Now if you notice something very interesting, we say in Arvit every night, right? After we say Arvit, Shir Ma'alot, look up your eyes to where your help comes from. Me'ayin. It's from, and then it says it's from Hashem. No, so. Anybody have a Siddur?
It's
Shir Lama'alo.
Somebody get me a Siddur. Quickly.
Is Zayin frame?
It's Ayin with an Aleph.
Is Zayin?
Ayin is like nothing, right?
Okay. Shir Ma'alot, Esa Anai. No, this isn't it. No.
Which one are you looking for? 121.
This is Mincha v'Arvit. Oh, okay. So it's in there. It's in there. There we go.
Psalm 121.
You can't see? No. I nullified my eyeballs. Okay, so we say like this. Shir Lamalot. Esai Nai, I look up my eyes, El Harim, to the mountains. Okay, the mountains actually a code word for very high spiritual worlds. Okay? Me'ayin yavo Ezri. From where is my help going to come? With an aleph. From where is my help going to come? Ezri me'im Hashem. My help comes from Hashem. So simple understanding is, where is it coming from? Reminding yourself it's from Hashem. Okay. However, the Kabbalists explain, Ma'ayin yavo Ezri. That's where your help is coming from. It's coming from nothingness. It's coming from this high place.
Just remember.
From Adam Kamon.
Yeah, from Adam Kadmon. From this place where nothing physical exists and everything is always renewing. That's why you can get help. That's why something can change in an instant. Because in Ayin, everything is always changing. Okay? So, this, in your soul, you have an aspect of your soul which is the highest aspect of your soul, which is called Keter, the crown of your soul. And the attribute of this highest part of your soul is your Ratzon, your will. So if someone asked you what is the highest faculty of the soul, the answer is your will.
My will?
Your will. Your will. Okay? If you go one lower, it's your chokhmah. It's your mind. Okay? It's your wisdom. If you go lower than that, it's your understanding. Okay? It's a different type of wisdom. If you go lower than that, it's the concept or the quality of, let's say, truth. And then if you go lower than that, it's the concept of faith. Ooh, what's that? No, Keter is Ratzon. So Keter is the crown. So your will is the crown of your soul. Okay. So when we're saying what you want to do is you want to go back to Ayin, it means that you want to reveal your will.
Alright, so Keter is also Ratzon.
Yeah, it's all one thing.
And then you comes wisdom, understanding, truth, faith.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. So where do we see this? The word for money is kesef. A word for desire or for will is kisufin. Kisufin, which is desire. Okay. So you see that the same word for money is the same word for desire, for will. Right. Kisufin. It's the same root word. And the word nefesh, which is soul, it also connotes will. If it be nafshechem, if it be your will. Okay? So we see here that this is the source of the soul. This is the source of your soul. It's also the source of money. So money, kesef, is rooted in ayin. No, ayin is keter. It is ratzon. It's all one thing. It's all one thing. Is everybody with me right now? Yes or no? You say very. I'm just mapping it out. Okay. Painting a picture. Even so, despite the fact that we understand this now, that in truth, the root of money is the same root as your soul, and that's the reason we want it, still Rav Nachman says, you should not desire and hunger after money. As has already been explained in many different places, we've spoken about in many different places, Rav Nachman says the desire for wealth is keneged avodah zarah, right? So despite the fact that we understand that in truth the source of money is from the highest spiritual place, still you should not be running after money, because this is avodah zarah. Okay? Rak litabot v'leho b'makom. Rather, one should come to love, to learn to love the place that the money descends from, not the money itself. Uvechinat zo, Rabbi mechabed ashirim. Like it says in Masechet Eruvin, that Rebbe, who was the wealthiest person in the generation, he was also the biggest Talmid Chacham. And it says in the Gemara that if Mashiach was alive at that time, he would be something like Rebbe. It said about Rebbe that he used to honor people depending on the amount of money that they made. So the less money they made, the less kavod he showed them, and the more money they made, the more he showed them. So that sounds not right. Yeah, it sounds like everybody else. Doesn't sound so special. Doesn't sound messianic. Okay, so the simple understanding is that Rebbe explained, because I'm such a giant in Torah, he didn't say it like this, but I'm just explaining. Because I have such a vast knowledge of Torah, I don't want anybody giving me honor for that knowledge. I don't want to benefit from that knowledge. So instead, if everybody focus on the money instead, then I know I'm going to get covered for something. So if they give me covered for the money, then nobody is going to be giving me benefit from my Torah knowledge, because halachically you're not supposed to receive any benefit for your Torah knowledge. So that was a simple understanding for why. But Rabbi Nachman says here, the real reason why is because they had money, therefore he knew that where that money came from is coming from a very high place, and he was showing kavod to the source of the money, not them themselves.
Does it go the same with that? If the person makes, it's the same thing. If the person makes the money.
You mean today for us, should we be showing more kavod to a person who has more money?
If the person makes the money in the wrong, still supposed to show them kavod?
No. Okay, so now it says like this.
What about Rabbanim who are
Wait.
poor?
V'da, but you should know. Shira'ui shekol Yisrael yu lehem mamon. In truth, rightfully, every Jew should have a lot of money. If the world is functioning properly, all Jews would have money. Now the reason why is simple. Because we come from the same place. Right? So just like we exist, so money should exist with us.
We all come from the same source.
That's what I'm saying. They all come from the same place.
Give me all your money.
So really, we should all have money. Now Rav Nachman teaches elsewhere, which we discussed, that a person that he strives to attract and to make souls like Abraham in Haran, right? He made souls, like we just learned about last week. Right? So what ends up happening is he builds what's called a chamber of Kedusha. And this allows Hashem's glory to be manifest more and more. Right? Rav Nachman teaches, when is the kavod of Hashem revealed the most? When the people who are furthest from Hashem come back to Him. Bali Tshuva, converts. When they come back to Hashem, so when this is revealed, this is the greatest kavod to Hashem. This is the greatest glory to Hashem. Therefore, the person who draws them near, what he's doing is he's negating the evil in them that would keep them from Kedusha. And what happens as a result of this is because he's drawing these souls back to God, this makes that person wealthy. So therefore,
Let's get to work, baby.
one of the reasons why people who are big in makariving, let's say someone like Gedalia Fenster, right? Maybe the reason why he's so financially successful is because he's helping bring back so many Jewish lost souls. And because the people who are the most lost are the ones who are most attracted and connected to him, he is financially succeeding more and more and more and more. So this is the Rav Nachman's Torah as to why someone like him might be succeeding so much.
And is that why? Is that the real reason why we give tzedakah to the tzaddik? Because it's your soul and the money is in the
Yes,
same
that's the
place?
reason why you give tzedakah to a tzaddik. This is the reason why Hasidic Rebbes are so big on when you go to them, you give them money. Because what happens is, you don't have devekut, you don't have attachment with the tzaddik, you're not one with him. How do you quickly become one with the tzaddik? Because by giving your money, and the money is the source of your soul, when you give over your money, you're giving over a piece of your soul. And when he has that, he's able to pray for you in a way that gets answered in a much easier fashion, because now he's one with you. He's holding a piece of you. That's also the same reason. He gave you a piece of which you had him.
Use that dollar for coffee.
Okay. Okay. So he says it would be right that all Jews have money, and it's clear in Rav Nachman's Svarim. And if you look at Rav Chaim Kramer's book on Mashiach, which is just an amazing book for anybody to read, you'll read it very quickly. It's just like golden nugget after golden nugget. It's just very interesting. It's very easy to read.
What's the name?
Mashiach, who, what, when, why. Something like that. It's just like all about Mashiach. It's an awesome book.
I have it. Yeah.
Rav Chaim Kramer, he wrote it. So, he says there that when Mashiach comes, we're all going to be wealthy. Like one of the sure signs that you know is that we're all going to be wealthy. Why is that? Because when Mashiach comes, the highest level of God is revealed, the highest level of our soul is revealed, and in that place we all have money. We're not going to need money because we're all going to have it, and we're not going to need it.
I'll make it rain.
Okay. So now listen to this. This is the really important thing. You ready? Yesh mida. However, there's one mida, meaning if not for this mida, we would have that money even now. If not for this quality, achat shemafsedet u'mabedet mehem mamon, which causes a person to forfeit and lose that money that is rightfully his. Meaning, you deserve to have wealth, Rav Nachman says. Every Jew deserves to have a lot of money. However, we don't have that money because of one quality which we are engaging and embellishing in. Vehi mida ra'a meguna. This quality is unbelievably bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible quality. And it this is what he did.
Excellent, Mr. Fidden.
His birthday. Give it to him.
Dude, let's go.
It's such a bad quality. It's so horrible. He needs to be saved from this ASAP. Okay. I'll see you guys tonight. And even if a person wants to go free from it, Ifrat vishvat havat mamon, in particular when his motivation is money, meaning after you learn this Torah, you're going to want to get rid of this quality immediately because it's the whole reason you're not making money, okay? Or as much money as you should, because you should be rich.
This is like the perfect Torah.
It's the perfect Torah.
So excited.
Kedei shelo tafsid lo et mamon, so that you don't lose money anymore because you're losing money every day. You shouldn't be losing money. There's no reason for you to.
Right, that doesn't make sense. You lose money.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
He's giving you patience.
Yes.
Can't get angry.
Eve calls that. With all of this said, this evil trait is still going to overwhelm you even after you learn this Torah that I'm teaching you. Umitgaberet Allah biyalduto kadnuto. And it overwhelms you also when you're a child, and it overwhelms you in the same way when you get older because you haven't grown up from this place. You're still immature in the same way. And through this, and through this you lose the money that you're supposed to have. That's really fitting for you. You should have this money. You don't have it.
You are a serious movie director right now.
I should start every Torah like this. This is okay, ready? V'midarahi. What is this quality?
Keep dance.
Ooh, midat kas. Anger.
Peace out, guys.
Anger.
You're displaying it very nicely.
This quality which is causing you to lose wealth. You should have wealth, but you're just in the middle class. You should have wealth, but you can't hack it in your clothing job. You want what? The reason is anger. And because of this, the money and the wealth that is fitting for you, which Hashem has designated for you, is not coming to you. You're losing it. Hamamon. Don't leave yet. Don't get angry. You're going to lose money right now. Oh, come on.
I don't care.
This isn't going to work for you guys. I don't know what's going to do. You guys are lost causes.
You know, that's such an interesting concept. Oh my
Check it. From the root of the money, it devolves. Just like our soul devolves until we have a physical goof, so the source of money, which is shefa, devolves until it's physical money. So in that very same place, you have the source of anger. The source of anger also comes from the will.
You said that's the highest of the letters, right?
Yeah. Not why and how yet. This isn't Mashiach who, what, when, why.
It's just, where's my money?
I'm saying that the source of anger comes from the highest part of your soul, which is your will. We didn't get there yet.
The source
of anger, not anger itself. The source of anger.
Comes also from the
it comes from this highest source of your soul called your will.
And if you fill yourself up with that, you'll be full with something from that source.
Wait. Now you guys are all getting excited with Kiddushin. Take it easy. All comes from the same place. Rav Nachman teaches elsewhere in Likutey Moharan, wealth and controlling one's anger, it's one thing. The more that a person is able to control their anger, the more money, Rav Nachman says, they're going to make. The less that they're able to control their anger and instead are controlled by it, the less money they're going to make. He says it's one thing, it's really that simple. Okay. Previously, Rav Nachman taught that the soul and money have the same root on high. Here he adds that anger also comes from the same place. But on the face of it, this seems very odd. Why? How can the origin of the soul and wealth, which is coming from Keter, it's coming from Ratzon, it's coming from Adam Rishon, it's coming from Ayin, nothingness, be the same place as the most destructive character trait that we have? That doesn't make sense. Ba'al kan, a Baal Davar. So this is a code word for Satan. Okay, the Baal Davar, it's Satan. Therefore, when Satan kashera mishtal shel, he sees that you're getting something which is coming from that high place of Keter, which is the source of money. So when Shefa is coming from that place, which is ultimately going to turn into physical money when it gets here, and that money is going down through the spiritual world until it's going to get here and become physical money for you. He arranges a situation for you right before you get it that causes you to get angry.
Wow.
I never heard him say that. Damn.
Okay.
That's messed up.
He sets up a situation for you. Why? Because he can't control what Hashem gives you. He can't divert the fact that Hashem wants to give you this money. He can't make it so that doesn't happen. Satan doesn't have that control. Hashem does what he wants to do.
So we get over our tortilla.
So what does he do? Whoa, you're furious right now. Okay, but go listen to the story after.
You too?
What is this? You're not going for business reasons, right? Because you're going to make more money from this, I promise you.
It's a sushi emergency.
Yeah.
You gotta whip out some.
It's a fish.
He's like, oh, God.
No more fish.
Yes.
Do you think Momo relates to success or just
Physical wealth, money.
Is this
Not
over?
like success. Like,
Not like a claim of others. It could be
couldn't get
also
the two
rooted.
that was-
It could also be rooted in the same place. But we're just talking right now about mammon proper, money, physical wealth,
This is just general anger.
general anger. Just anger. Okay, stop. Now, so what does Satan do? He can't control the money you're going to make, and we're all destined to have a lot of money. So what does he do? He puts you in situations that you get angry. Why? Because anger is the only thing which strips you of the money.
Literally.
Why? Because according to the Arizal, when a person gets angry, he loses his soul for that moment. So therefore, because the root of your soul is the same place the money comes from, but when you get angry, you lose your soul. So you lose that money.
So every time you get angry, that means you were supposed to get something.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
And that's
When you get angry, you don't have the kelim anymore, no? Because your soul's not there.
Yes.
So you can't catch whatever's coming down anymore.
That's right.
So
But
you're
what's
supposed to receive, you're not
considered
receiving.
anger? Like road rage, is that anger?
Like
Oh,
how am I
yeah.
to make you feel in 5 seconds when I embarrass you publicly? That's the anger.
and
I'm
if you
talking
control yourself, you
Yeah.
can have it.
And if you don't respond in kind, you'll be making lots of
It has to be
jangy.
like serious anger.
No, any anger. Any anger.
So please, everybody make me angry right now.
Why?
Somebody shine up my fist real quick.
Why?
Punch me.
Why
Punch
would
me
you
in
want
the
to get
face.
angry?
Okay. What's up, bro? Everything's
No,
good.
why, what's the point of getting angry?
No, getting angry.
What's the point of getting angry?
Resisting.
No, Satan.
Resisting.
Yeah, yeah.
No, wait. You're missing this. Satan sets up a situation that gets you angry. You don't want to get angry. No. Satan puts you in a situation. Yeah, it's a game.
Put you in the poorhouse. If you want to
Right?
get
He
angry.
knows that he can't control the shefa that comes down to you. All he can do is get you through your own free will to lose your soul. Through
If you're
anger.
about to just get angry, then you have that thought real quick.
So wait, we're gonna see. Okay, take it easy. You know, I know a class is serious. When the Jews keeper moves from here to here. I had this. I'm telling you, as a Baal Tshuva, you have chidusha. Okay, Benny, you have to wait. You have to wait. You have to be patient. Okay. when everybody at the table's keeper goes from here to here, you know it's serious, and everybody at the table's like this. It's one of the things I noticed as a Baal Tshuva. You go to a Torah class, you see people's keeper go from back here to here. It's a serious class. Okay.
Exciting.
Keep is very, very fun. Okay. That influx which comes down and devolves, it comes down for the person so he can have that money. So Satan turns that money into anger. So you're feeling the emotion of anger, you connect to that emotion and you experience it, so you can know for sure I just got angry instead of getting paid. Why? Ki akas hu mamish bechinat achat ve'inyan achat ima mamon. Because at the root from which they devolve, anger and money are precisely, literally the same exact thing. However, when they're from their source, meaning your soul, it's money. But when the Satan sets it up in a certain situation to frustrate you, and it becomes anger, that's really from the same place. And there is nothing that separates them at their root. Ve'em b'neim shum hafresh. Ki shneim yordim migevurot. Because they both come from gevurot. Okay, so now we're going to have to understand. From your soul, there is, so to speak, a right side to your soul and a left side to your soul. It says very clearly you should honor your wife, kavod. Wealth comes from your wife. What's the reason? Because Kabbalistically, all gevura, all severities, all dinim, all constrictions come from the left side, which is called the female spiritually. The female.
Left side.
The left side. The female side is the left side. The reason why your wife or women in general are like they are is because their souls derive from the left side of the soul. Male souls look and act and think like they do because their souls root from the right side of the soul.
The left.
Right side. Our souls come from the right side. The right side.
Okay.
Theirs comes from the wrong side. Theirs come from the left side. Okay. The right side is the side of expansion. It's the side of giving. It's the side of potential. Theirs is the side of constriction. It's the side of severity. It's the side of making potential real. This is why they don't learn Gemara, because it's too theoretical and they don't connect to that type of knowledge. If you look at the rabbis that they like listening to, they like stories, right? And they like to know. Lamasa, give me the point. let's just tell me
Get
what.
to the point.
Yeah, get to the point. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. You'll notice a lot of women actually like halakha. They like learning halakha for this reason. Okay, men, their minds are rooted in a place that is more potential, and therefore we like to come here and learn about all of these theoretical concepts and never do anything about it, and find ourselves in the same impoverished, frustrated place every day because we're all in potential. That's why when you get married, there is such a conflict, because your wife is trying to turn your potential into reality,
Trying to make you rich.
and trying to make you rich.
Because she's trying to get you angry all the time.
The guys who respect their wives by not reacting to being angry, making money.
That's exactly what she's there for.
Yes.
To beat you with the stick.
Yes.
Like Adam. To make him angry.
Okay, so wait, before your chidushim, okay?
And that's just push chop.
So wait, okay, just wait. So there's a pasuk in Eov. It says, "Mitzafon zahav yateh." Gold comes from the north, meaning wealth. Okay. Now the north spiritually is the left side. Anytime that the Torah talks about the north, it's speaking about the left side of the spiritual spectrum. Okay, is the north. So gold comes from the north. Good. What else comes from the north? Mitzafon tipatach hara'a. Right? Evil also comes from the north.
We learned that in the previous story.
Evil also comes from there?
Comes from the north.
Northern wind.
Meaning what? Adam without Chava never would have sinned. But because of Chava, there was the potential for sin. Not that she caused him to, like he thought, but the potential for sin came. Comes from the left side. Why is that good? What? Yes, the man is potential, but I'm just trying to explain that because the left side, which is the place where Gevura, where constrictions comes from, when that became part of the world, now the potential to fall comes. That all comes from the female side. Okay. So it says, so banish anger from your heart, this pasuk says in Kohelet, and eliminate evil from your flesh. Okay, now. Money, mamon, ashirut, hibachinat choma. Money and wealth are the concept of a wall. So try to cop this concept, right? Shaka, stay with me. Money is the concept of a wall, like a physical wall that you have like surrounding a city. Why? Kamoshe katuv. Hon ashir kiryat uzo uchoma nizgava. Like the pasuk says, a rich man's wealth is his stronghold, like a wall. Okay? Like a towering wall. Vaka'as hu kilku. Hachoma. Anger is like the force which we use to break down a wall, to destroy and to nullify a wall. Kamoshe katuv. Ir perutza en choma ish asher en matzar lerucha. Like a breached city without walls is a person with no self-restraint, meaning a person who gets angry. He has no walls anymore. Meaning you have this protective fence, which is called your wealth, that's supposed to be coming to you, but that wealth is nullified and destroyed by the hammer which shatters that wall, which is called anger. Lack of self-restraint. V'abal davar, and the Satan and when Satan sees that shefa is coming down to you, which is going to become money, which is the concept of it's going to give you a protective wall. It doesn't want you to have this protective wall. Then he arranges for something to anger that person. In order to destroy that wall, to break down that wall. Notice, we don't have the Beit HaMikdash, we only have a little piece of the wall left. And through anger, kiakas v'amamon, they come from the same place. Their root is the same place. But alken bekal ba'apech. It is therefore easy to turn. You gotta stop. It is therefore easy to turn money into anger. It's interesting, no? It's not sadness that causes you to lose your money. It's not laziness that causes your money to go. It's anger. Why? Because they're like two sides of one coin. You're either getting money or you're getting anger. You have to get one of them.
Something from that source.
Something from that source. So it's supposed to be money, but they flip the coin.
And that source is always coming.
Yeah, that source is coming. Yeah, you're supposed to have the money.
No, I'm saying the world exists only because of the source.
Yeah.
The world goes around.
So wait. No chidushim. Zebekina choma. I'm just trying to give you opportunities to get angry. I'm trying to get you rich.
It's okay, I'll support you later.
Okay. This is the concept of a wall. Leka'as hu hefech choma. However, anger is the opposite of a wall. Because choma, the word for a wall, is right just like the word chema, which is anger or wrath, right? Hashem's chema. So you see, it's the same word for a wall and for anger. Chom, chema. You want to go home, or you want to get chema? Chema. Ki techila shoresh hishtalshatut hamamon hu makom shenefesh ba'a misham. At its origin, the root from which money devolves is the source of the soul. Why? Because it says in the pasuk in Devarim, hanefesh ba'a misham. The soul depends on it. The elavu noseh et nafsho, which is said concerning the money of a day worker. Meaning, we're seeing that even in the Torah, the concept of the soul and the concept of work, money, has to do with the same thing. And Amar Mamon calls a kiryam, right? But nafshenu navi lachmenu. That's why it says in Echa, we get our bread at the peril of our souls. So you see again, he's just trying to build up this concept that souls and money is one thing. This is why the soul actually hungers after money. It's not because of culture. The reason why culture is established by capitalism, that we all want the money, is rooted in the fact that in truth our souls are rooted in the money. Right? And as a result of that, now it's taken a lower form. But in truth, it's coming from a holy place. But by getting angry, a person loses his soul. Like the Zohar says, like the Arizal brings. Toraf nafsho ba'po, it says in Eov, he tears apart his soul with anger. Right? And the Zohar says, what does that mean? Right? Eov's friends were accusing him that he had anger in his heart, and that's why he was suffering. That the reason why Eov was suffering so much is because even though he was saying, I didn't do anything wrong, I wasn't doing anything, and he wasn't doing anything, but he was harboring anger towards Hashem. Because he held anger towards Hashem, he was losing all of his money.
It's also considered anger.
What?
When you keep it inside, it's also considered anger.
Yeah.
Okay, you embarrass me. I'm pissed off, but I keep it inside.
That's anger, yeah.
How do you?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm just building it up so you come back to class
There's a
tomorrow
revealed anger
night.
and a hidden anger?
No.
What do you mean no? If he doesn't
Ben.
reveal his anger to you, then you wouldn't know he's angry.
Who cares if I know he's still angry?
Your consciousness, which is
But I'm breaking myself.
Listen, wait. So
your consciousness is your soul.
Just
And if your
wait,
consciousness is
just
angry
wait.
thoughts,
Oh, you know what? This is
Let's see how you feel.
Okay. So the Zohar says that someone who gets angry literally tears apart his soul, meaning that his holy soul, his godly soul, is taken from him and is replaced with a soul from the Sitra Achra. And then even when you want to do tshuva, it becomes more difficult than, let's say, you did another sin, because you don't actually have your soul with you. So first you have to get back your soul so you can do real tshuva.
you gotta cool off.
You lose part of your soul, and then what do you do?
So because you lose your godly soul, it goes into exile, so to speak. So you need to have some life force. So you get your life force from, you have like a backup pair with the Sitra Achra. He's holding on to your backup spare. When your soul leaves you, he gives it over to you. But now you're getting life force from the Sitra Achra.
Okay, so it's like that.
Yeah, I got it. So now when you do tshuva, you're really doing tshuva from that Sitra Achradika soul.
Is that why you can't?
No, which is good, you have to, but it's not your soul. So now you have to like kind of do more intense tshuva to get your soul back and get
Is
the
that
whole
why you
thing.
can't look upon the face of an angry person?
Maybe, it makes sense. The Arizal says that on the count of this impure soul, a person finds tshuva, right, very difficult. Right? The merit of his mitzvot, even his regret over getting angry, they then are, it's a schut for his Sitra Achra soul. Tshuva then is only possible by his first committing himself that he's not going to get angry anymore, which is a very difficult task. Only then will he actually be able to do real tshuva. When he mamish commits himself that I'm not going to get angry anymore. So now it's known by the Arizal, the people who were around him. They said that this person went to the greatest extents possible never to get angry.
The reason?
Yeah.
He was loaded.
He just
Actually, yeah.
he would do anything under the sun just not to get angry.
Yeah, that's because he could just say something.
Because he didn't want to lose his godly soul, not because of the money, but because he didn't want to lose his soul. So now listen to what he says here. V'da, but you should know, shefilu kim kavar gia lo shefa, that even if a person has already received the influx and it's now physical money in his pocket, v'yita b'mimenu mamon, so that he has already acquired this money, which is the aspect of the wall. Akol zeh, even so, lefamim the bal davar, the Satan still incites him to such anger that he actually forfeits and loses that money that he already has possession of.
That's crazy. So you could have millions and
You
get
know
angry
what
one
the
day.
reason also.
Wait.
That he's afraid not to lose it.
Okay, good. But just wait on it, okay? Okay. By right, getting angry, should no longer cause him to lose the money. Why? Since the influx is already his, it became physical money, it's his. So why should anger, right? On the contrary, the money he has, since it is the aspect of a wall, it should protect him from damage. Satan should not be able to cause him to lose it or arrange for him to get angry, which is the opposite of this wall. Despite this, Satan is able to overwhelm a person, and not just to get him stam angry, but to get him enraged. By getting him so angry, he's able to lose even what he's already acquired. So meaning simple anger causes you to lose money you don't have, but intense anger causes you to lose money that you already have. This is because when money descends to a person is in the aspect of teref, right, which is substance, which is bread, lechem. However, he changed it to anger, and then it becomes toref, meaning it tears apart his soul with anger. May Hashem protect us from this trait. Amen. Came here at Zon.
And that was all Torah.
That's all Torah.
How fire was that Torah?
Okay.
Can I just
Yes, but before, do we have any questions?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You spoke about making a wall.
Yeah.
Last Torah.
Yeah.
We spoke about this Torah, that also the money is the wall. But the thing that I wrote here was making a wall, being a gather for illicit relations, is also a form of being parnasa.
That's right.
When you make that wall.
Right.
So the stronghold is to not wasting seed as well. Not
Yes.
just getting angry, because that leads to that.
Yeah, so they're directly connected.
Right. Wasting seed and anger.
Yes. Yes.
This is where like the anti-Semitic comments about Jews have a lot of money comes from.
Probably is rooted in a holy place,
Like even if it's not,
even if it's not true, or even if it's not
it's not coincidental. It's
it's based on a real thing.
Jews, the soul.
So in other
Yes.
words, on a spiritual level, they don't even recognize. They're recognizing the Jews have more shefa coming down.
Of course they recognize it.
It's
So there's just
that's what we're trying to
not
argue.
just
This
Jews.
is the working theory.
So they're not going to be happy with us until we
Do the right thing.
do what we need to do.
Feel.
So when we do what we need to do, they're going to be very happy with us because the wealth is first supposed to come to us and then to devolve to them. But because they're getting it first, they're angry with us. Seemingly, on paper.
Whoa, you just said earlier that you could lose the money that you already have through anger. That's exactly what happened to Ado. After he said the woman you gave, he got angry and he lost Gan Eden because he had it beforehand.
Right. And it's also really, if you think about it, in the prior in the prior Torahs.
And everything, the ratio cost me.
Okay, wait. In the prior Torahs, we learned that what caused a person to make money easily when he smeared the birth, and what caused him to lose it easily when he wastes seed. So we see that getting angry and wasting seed is really the same thing. Why? When you get angry, you're losing the seed that it was supposed to be yours. The money, the
What's bigger,
shepherd.
watching anger or the bird?
It's one thing.
It's kind of like one concept. What's bigger? I would say don't waste seed and work on your anger. Don't waste seed and work on your anger.
I had a kiddush. Can I say the kiddush, please? It's fire. I think everyone's gonna enjoy it here.
Okay, go ahead.
The casino has a lot of money, right?
Yes.
Why? Because the people there who are putting their money in, they're losing it and they get angry, and therefore the money goes to the casino. That's trippy, no?
Get it?
You would think they're going there because they're spending all their money, but in reality, it's because they're getting angry. Damn it! I just blew all my life savings. Trippy, right? Everybody down?
Now the question that I have is,
How do you not get angry? That should be the question. But okay, go ahead. Everybody should.
Don't go
yeah,
through your commitment.
No, but what did you want to say? No,
how do you not get angry?
No, what did you want to say?
Just answer that because we don't have. We have
No,
2
we have
minutes.
5 minutes. Go ahead.
Just answer.
How do you not get angry?
You got that, right?
you think?
Get it, Cas and Casino Cas.
Got it. Okay, good. Okay, so how do you not get angry? How do you not get angry?
Stay home. Don't
But
come
they
out.
write
Benny,
it differently in Hebrew.
How do you not get angry?
Hebrew is
One
kuf and
way
kaf.
is you need to practice bitul, nullifying yourself. And Rav Nachman says the only way to experience bitul is through hibodedut. It's through hibodedut. Through hibodedut, you nullify yourself, your ego, and then a person only gets angry because he is bound up and connected to his ego. If he was completely nullified, he would never get angry, because anger comes from sense of self. So when a person nullifies himself, he doesn't get angry anymore. So therefore, prayer, hibodedut, is a very, very big way to nullify your anger. Another one is not wasting seed. It's very connected. Okay, not wasting seed, amuna, and also you should be praying for patience. Every day in your hibodedut, you should be not just praying to Hashem, help me to have amuna, help me to be close to you, help me to this, help me to get married, help me to have patience. Just be praying for patience every day. And Rav Nachman says elsewhere in another Torah, which we haven't done together yet, the key to getting patience is by yearning for living in Eretz Yisrael.
Right, but when you ask for, let's say,
Living in the land of Israel.
let's say when I ask for patience, then the proof comes. I mean, the temptation comes. Let's say I ask, oh, please help me be patient. Then somebody comes and like, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to have tests in whatever you're asking for because the only way to see if you have it. You're not going to avoid this.
Right.
So don't worry. Just pray for what you need.
So there's no way of getting it easy. You're gonna get tested.
Still to be like
Nothing is easy.
destroying.
Nothing in this world is easy.
Okay. So
What?
the other one is
Yeah.
why
And then they destroy it.
I know people that have a lot of money, but they get angry so much.
It's also mazal, no?
Why is that?
Good question. There are also people who get very angry, and yet they still have a lot of money. Okay. One is we don't know how much money they're supposed to make, so we don't know how much money they're losing by getting angry. Okay. So even if they have a lot of money, maybe they were destined to have more money. That's one. Two.
But money is predetermined, no?
Two.
Don't have a question.
Okay, wait, what's
I
that?
don't got money. People like me.
Okay. Two. Hashem still at the same time, despite this whole thing, we also have the concept that Hashem needs to give a person schar for everything good that he does. And if he's not meriting Olam Haba, he needs to give it to him here. So he also gives it to him for money. Meaning he gives him his soul, the root of his soul here and now, instead of giving it to him then. Meaning in Olam Haba.
Psalms 37.
Yeah, so he gives to you now. That's one of the reasons why people have money now, even though they get angry.
Okay.
Meaning the whole reason is that Hashem is trying to teach you. It's like a mechanism. When He's given up on you and He doesn't think that so He doesn't apply all of these things. But when He wants you to do tshuva and He wants you to see, oh, I'm losing money when I get angry, now I need to work on it. So the main way to not get angry is bitul, and the main way to bitul is hibodedut.
What if you
So
don't feel
unification.
What?
What if you don't feel bitul after you
You're not doing it long enough, or you're not doing it genuinely.
Amen.
It's